Okay, hello again. I guess this is where we start our stretches. The first one I'm going to do is going to involve this part of your foot, the top part of your ankle, and also your lower back. Go ahead and try to stretch as far as you can when I have my whole leg extended. But if you can't, you can bend your knee a little bit. But it's always good to try and get into the position as best you can, and then over time you'll be more flexible. So right here we're going to do this, and we're going to try to put as much pressure on our toes to try and flatten our feet, and this will stretch this part of your ankle. And we just hold things for just a few, 10 seconds to 15 seconds depending on the stretch. So that's good enough for that. And then I go like this, toes up, and the idea is to try and get the palms of your hands as far down on the bottom of your foot as possible. And here you can again take some relief off of your lower back by bending your knee, but this is the idea. And then we try to just relax into it. And I'm going to breathe a little bit because my calves are pretty tight. And then I'm going to come back up. Again, I'm going to try and press my toes down, my foot flat on the ground. And I'm going to come down, and I'll do these 3 or 4 times. I'm also trying to get my head and back, bend this upper part of my body, keeping it flat, but trying to bend it as far to my knee as possible. But I don't make it that far, and I don't think that's totally necessary. It's just a stretch like that. And you'll feel it in your calf, as well as your lower back. Okay, and just about repetitions, I don't do any repetitions. The whole routine is 1 repetition, so there's like 12 or 14 stretches, and then you just do it once. But something like this, I think this is the only thing that I do like I said, 3 to 4 times. Next, what I do is, this is where we find the corner of the furniture, and we try to stretch as far as we can, but that's not totally necessary, because the point is we're going to work all this up here and in here and these tendons and ligaments inside your groin area. And then we'll also do some ankle stuff here as well. So what we'll do is we'll try to reach for this, and again I'm far enough back where I'm just touching it. Now again, this is one that actually I will do twice, and the second time after you stretched everything that we're going to do here, you'll be able to actually wrap your fingers around this piece of furniture. So here I am here. Again, I'm feeling a long stretch inside here, so I'm going to breathe through it. And then the second part here is many people will try to work this to try and touch this toe. The point is not to touch that toe. The point is to actually get your hand just far enough like this, just about this far, that's all. And then with this hand you kind of pull down, and you're stretching all your rib cage. And when I breathe out, I can bring it down a little further. Now as far as I'm holding this is real time. So I'm not counting, but if you want to count, you can see how long I'm doing this. And then I'm going to rotate a little bit like this. So I started out kind of like this, and now I'm going to rotate up a little bit like this. And you'll actually get this right here as well. So then I'm going to go on the second side. Rotate a little, and then I'm going to maybe grab my wrist a little bit and pull a little bit more. Okay. And because I'm sore on my right, because my right leg is longer, so I'm always a little more stiffer on the right. I kind of try to do this one more time just on the right. And then I can do a little rotation like that. And that's all. And then, I guess this is the second part, the number 2 stretch here. That's a little bit of a repetition, but that's all we're going to do here. See, now I can stretch all the way here. This is how much flexibility from just fingertips all the way to here. Now this is when I rotate my ankles. You get your tendons and ligaments here, and also in your where your tibia fibia attaches to your knee. What we call this is distally, and this is superior right here. So you rotate, and then you can rotate just a little to the outside, and you'll really feel it again in your groin. Not too much. And then that's good. And then maybe if you're brave enough, or if you're flexible enough, you can put your elbows down on the ground. But no bouncing at all. There's no bouncing. And then next we put our toes in. And I'm just going to watch my clock here. 8 minutes. A couple more minutes, and then I'm going to pause it and then do, well, maybe not. Okay, so a lot of people do this one and then they bounce this. There's no bouncing, it's all just easy stretching. So as far as you can bring your foot in, you don't have to bring it all the way in or anything like that, and then you put your hands like this around your toes. Now this is where you can get, again, another extra stretch, or you can relieve, you can increase or decrease the stretch. So you come down, you feel it up now a little bit lower in the thigh area. And then what I'm doing is I'm putting pressure on my elbow. And I wish I knew the names of the tendons and ligaments, but you can really feel it in this huge, what is it? It would be a huge ligament, because it attaches bone to bone, so your femur to your pelvis, and you can really feel that stretch in there. And I'm breathing through it. I'm using my elbow, and usually I'll just hold it. I'm just kind of doing this so I can think about talking as well, but I normally don't come back up. I just hold it for like 10 to 15 seconds. And then that's all with that. And then we shake it out like that. Now this next one is going to also get up in here like this. It's real simple. You just kind of go on your side, and then you put all your weight here, and then you balance yourself here. And then what you do is you can bend your elbow a little bit. It'll give you a little bit more of a stretch in that rib cage. What that does is your ribs, you've got tendons, actually more like ligaments between each rib, and tendons as well, because you have a sheet of tissue that has, there's muscle, and then there's this flat sheet, like almost like a tablecloth of tissue, and underneath the muscle, or the flesh and the muscle, and then you have your rib cage. And though that tissue is what's attached to your ribs, and it's kind of a large tendon. Okay, Okay, that's that side. And then we will do the other side. You will get a stretch right in here, right on the top part. There's a ligament and tendon right in this area as well. Go like that. Okay. Then I bend my knees. I mean, this is going to help your back. Just bend your knees and roll back up if you have to, like that. And then next I will do, I do this one, where I'm kind of going to go this way so you can see how I hold my hands on my knees. So I'll lay on my back with both my knees up. And then I'll cross this over like this, bring it, snug it kind of down a little bit. And then I'll take both my hands and I'll put them underneath here. And then I'll interlace my fingers like this. And this will get your hamstring, but it also gets that tendon and ligament that attaches your hamstring is a tendon ligament. I forget which one. And it also again gets this stuff in here. So the idea is to first pull your knee up into your chest a little, and then you lift up and pull towards yourself, and then you hold it. And this one you will really feel when you're finished with it. You'll really feel a rush of blood, or a relaxation of your muscle. It really feels good, actually. So that's one leg, and then the second leg. Now the other part that I didn't mention on the right leg, on this left leg I'll mention it. You can increase or decrease your the stretch from back here with your elbow again. And what you do is when you pull up, you press your elbow on your knee and push out. You can really feel it. And then you bring it up again towards your knee to your chest. And I'm still pushing with my elbow. And let it down. I might hold that a little bit longer. Let me check my time. YouTube only lets us do 15 minutes for our videos. So I'm going to go ahead and cut this off now and then do a second video.